Hello, survivors, and welcome to another episode of Will You Survive?
The podcast.
Today we're going to go over survival tactics on the mountains of the Northeast. But first, let me introduce to you my co-hosts. We have Eric.
It is me, Eric.
And we have TJ.
I am Nekrick.
He's not Nekrick.
He's not Nekrick.
Nekrick isn't real.
Nekrick is real.
Is Nekrick in the room with us right now?
Yes.
Nekrick isn't real. Also Nekrick.
We are going to be talking about survival in the mountain, as I said, basing our episode on the movie Frozen.
I hated this.
With Elsa and Anna. I'm just kidding. This one is from 2010.
Wait.
This is a completely different movie, directed by Adam Green, written by Adam Green, starring Sean Ashmore, Emma Bell, and Kevin Zegers.
You mean
You
Kristen
watched
Bell?
the wrong movie. You watched the wrong movie.
I memorized the lyrics of those songs.
You're gonna have to. You're gonna have to sing it.
Fucking bet.
Well, before we get to that,
Okay.
let me tell you what the movie was about since you didn't watch it.
Okay.
At Mount Holliston, snowboarders Dan Walker, his girlfriend Parker O'Neill, and his best friend Joe Lynch don't have enough money to buy lift tickets. Parker bribes Jason, a lift worker, with $100. When the system is nearing closure, they force Jason to let them have one last pass. However, Jason needs to resolve a problem, and his colleague misunderstands his instructions and stops the lift. The trio of skier and snowboarders gets stranded on the chairlift near the top of the mountain. When they see that the lights of the ski resort had been turned off, they need to make a choice: leave the chairlift or freeze to death. So before we get started on this too deep, I want to know your opinions on the movie first.
Really quick, I would like to say that synopsis was not written like a movie synopsis at all.
No?
No, the very small thing, not important at all, but it just seemed like, I don't know, it didn't seem like a movie synopsis to me. That the way they worded it was just, I don't know how to actually describe this. This makes no sense, and this is not relevant at all. Sorry.
Do I get those 10 points or?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he said it.
No.
You did it.
No.
You so did.
No.
Yes, you did.
No.
We heard it.
No. But I don't know what it is, so no.
Oh, wait.
No, see, because when I was walking out of the room, I heard you say handshake deal. But I didn't hear, obviously, because I didn't have my headset on, so I couldn't hear the rest of that. But I heard that part.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The host wants to tell you.
No,
Not yet. We'll tell him when we hear it again.
Okay, well, about the movie.
I think we just heard it again. Anyways.
No.
Well,
Okay, about the movie.
Okay.
We
did.
What?
We did.
We did.
We did.
Is it movie?
No.
Nope. Continue.
Is it?
Yes.
I said in the first sentence you say when, like after the intro, if you say I get 10 points.
Well, this is some bullshit.
So it sounds like you got to work extra hard this episode.
Do I get 10 points if TJ says like?
Ooh. I don't know. You'll have to bribe me with some information on this movie.
Okay, this is my nightmare. I hate the cold. I would rather be eaten by a pack of wolves than suffer the cold like that. I'm not kidding.
I think that they were all unlikable characters, and I think they were all idiots. They had no plan. I believe there is a lot of different ways they could have gone about trying to get down other than jumping, 50 feet from the thing, and bro just broke his legs and laid there. Like he didn't do anything else.
Yeah.
So I will say, I wonder if this will assuage your anger at them at all. Let me just clarify a few things. And a lot of these are actually on IMDb under this movie, but many of the other survival things have nothing to do with the movie. But number one, this would never happen at any real ski resort. They have employees called lifties, and what they do is they tag a chair. They rotate it at least 3 times and make sure that they see that chair come back across and nobody else on that lift before shutting it down. But the more common way that most ski resorts do this is they put the lifties on the lift, they ride it up, they get to the top. That way they make sure that nobody's on the other side, so they don't see anybody cross them going back down, and they get all the way up to the top and they ski down looking for anybody lagging behind, because that is also a common tactic, is people will try to stay behind after they close to basically ski for free. They will climb the mountain and ski down, climb the mountain. It's harder. It's a lot of work, but people are willing to do it to save the money. And it's dangerous, puts them at risk for negligence, lawsuits, et cetera, et cetera. So that's one thing that wouldn't have happened. Number two, wolves don't kill people like this. Just we'll get into this more in the episode. And number three, ski lift cables are not sharp at all. They're not razor sharp. There's nothing sharp about them. They are very, very smooth for safety.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, no, like
So everything they did in this movie to make it happen, this was filled with plot weaponry.
I didn't know that about the cables. I wouldn't have known either way. You could tell me either way, and I'd be like, okay, sure.
So we'll get into all of these things in this episode. But now that I know both of your takes on this, your worst nightmare, Eric and TJ, you hated all the characters. They were not likable. They were, they had no plan. And I do appreciate you saying that. I will tell you something that I don't even know if Eric knows this, but I took him snowboarding years ago, and this was just at Mountain High.
I went snowboarding?
Yeah, he went snowboarding. This was just at Mountain High in Southern California, so it's not a big deal. It's not even very far from the city. But even there, I had pepper spray on me.
Yeah.
I don't believe in going to the mountains, going camping, doing anything like that without having some form of protection.
then they locked
virus.
up their phones.
And they locked up their phones.
What was the purpose?
That was one of the dumber things that I heard.
I mean,
I
yeah,
don't snowboard with my phone.
I guess, like, just put your phone on Do Not Disturb, put it in your pocket. If
Well,
you're
it's
worried about breaking it, they're good skiers and they're good snowboarders, so they should be
Just
fine.
not her.
Yeah, she should have her phone put up because she
Right.
might break it.
Right.
But they're fine. So, yeah, they should have had their phones.
This
And,
takes place in 2010 or like earlier, right? So like,
2010 or before.
We assume they have like at
Flip
least
phones.
somewhat of a maybe a early smartphone or like a flip phone, BlackBerry.
Right.
Something
Well,
like that.
no, I think
Or
I think
even-
you're right. I think you're right. In 2010, it would have been an earlier rendition. We already had iPhones.
Yeah, it would have been
Yeah.
like a HTC or something, you know?
Yeah. Or
Um,
at least one of those old brick Nokias.
Like, there's
Yeah,
no
but
risk of
we're
like
also-
breaking your phone or anything. They don't have fucking TikTok. What are they doing? Like, oh,
we're
I
assuming
gotta text people.
we're assuming they would even have cell signal up there. I don't know how common it was
sure
to have
that
cell signal.
There
Now
would
it is,
probably
but
be at least one
I don't
cell
know.
tower.
You think maybe at the bottom, but I don't know. I don't know if it would cover all the way up to the top of the hill where they were.
Well, although the mountain, the resort that they were at was a fictional place. They called it Mount. I forget if it was Hollister. I just read it. Holliston. Although they did give away a clue that this was likely in either Massachusetts or Vermont, somewhere in the upper Northeast, because he named two other ski resorts while he was talking to them. He was like, well, I've skied over at, and he named two of them, which both of those are in Vermont.
Oh,
So we know it's that area of the country. So if we were to assume that this is up in the upper Northeast, we could definitely say that cell service would have been a little more likely even at the resort. Now, even if you were to say it didn't, I mean, that would kind of make sense. I would want to believe that there would be no cell service, because at least that gives them an excuse to lock up their phones. What are you going to do with a brick?
yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. But also, I feel like just have it on you. I don't
that-
know. But it's easy to say in 2025 when you literally don't
Sure.
walk anywhere without your phone.
Sure. Okay. So I didn't have a problem with anything at the very, very beginning of this. You know, convincing the lift operator to let them on. You know, bribing him with $100 to get onto the lift without
She didn't even
buying
try
lift
to give him
tickets.
75 or nothing.
But what was cool? Well, she first said 50.
Well, no, but
50, and
to
then
be
he was
fair,
just like,
yeah, but
100.
I agree with her point. Like, what are you going to ask for change?
Right.
Like, clearly you
Right.
have the 100. So.
Right. And so, well, I think that's what she was kind of going at, was like, I could give you 50. But in any case, when they got on, okay, great. And I even thought it was funny because I saw her, me and my girlfriends, and then when her and the two guys come up, he's all, girlfriends, huh? Like, it was funny. But I thought that, number one, the beginning part, okay, definitely. What did you guys think about the foreshadowing? Was that as obvious to you as it was to me?
The
yeah,
cable?
I mean, this is a very
The shutdown.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a very
Dude, I
Final
changed my-
Destination
Yes!
movie, which the girl in this movie wasn't a Final Destination movie.
Oh.
That's where I saw her from.
Yeah, I looked it
I
up
thought-
earlier. I can't remember which one,
But I think it must have been afterwards because the IMDb said that she had debuted, her movie debut was in this, so it must have been after this.
yeah, no,
But
I'm not
I
sure, but
recognize her face.
Yeah, I recognized her, and then I don't know her like boyfriend in this dude's best friend. I don't know if I've seen him in any other movie. He just kind of reminded me of what is it?
Guy from
Dave Franco,
Supernatural?
James Franco's
James
brother,
Franco. Oh yeah,
but
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
a mixture between like him and like some other actor I can't remember. But I was just
So there
like,
was Dan and Joe, right?
It was Dan and Joe, yeah.
I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
But we knew him as Dan and Lynch.
So Lynch kind of reminded me of the guy from Supernatural.
A little bit, didn't he?
Lynch is the
little bit.
third wheel, right? That was his
Yeah.
character.
He also kind of reminded me of another character that was in Final Destination.
He was
I'll have to
in,
look him up.
He's in The Rookie. I know him from that. That's like a thing that's popping now. I like The Rookie, but
I like that
that's
one.
all I know. But yeah, no, it was very obvious foreshadowing, and
Yeah.
yeah,
So
immediate foreshadowing. Knew it.
all right. I'm going to take away the plot weaponry here. All right. We're going to say they get stuck somehow. Somehow they get past the ski lift, what they call the lifties, and they're stuck on this lift. By the way, I looked it up, and the longest anybody's been stuck on a lift was 5 hours, which don't get me wrong, that's miserable. All right.
Yeah, but
5
that's not
hours
deadly.
stuck on a lift. That's just
and, in these
and-
weather conditions, you may get a little bit like of a start of
They-
frostbite, but like
exactly.
You're not gonna die.
No.
You'll be fine. It's gonna suck.
Yeah,
but
I
you'll
will.
be
I
fine.
will. Let
Don't
me
touch the
amend.
metal.
Let me
You'll be
amend because the other part was they were stuck in a gondola, which it's
Oh,
still
that's
cold,
But that's way
but
better.
it's much larger. You can actually move around. You can actually stretch your legs. The gondola doesn't move as easily, and you're completely secured inside. So that freak out that Parker was having wouldn't have happened on that big ass gondola.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, 5 hours in an enclosed space could be pretty rough. Now, they're all the way up. They're stuck. Let's just say they're actually stuck up there. One of the things that I wanted to ask you guys about is I have my opinion. You're up there and you do decide to jump down. Do you have anything that you were looking at this movie thinking you would have done different?
I would have kept
You
the snowboard on at least.
Okay.
Because he threw it and it was away from him. So even if
Yep.
like he fell down, he can't get to it to even try to slide away or do anything. So I would have
Okay.
kept that on. Personally, I wouldn't have jumped, but I don't know if we're gonna get to that later.
Well, we'll get to that later. I'm going to say,
Yeah.
we're going to go through the two different characters,
Yeah.
the two different
I
methods of
wouldn't have
doing this.
jumped. I would have at least maybe. I think the trees were a little too far away to jump to. I would have.
I
tried to break
agree
my
with
fall
that.
in some way.
I agree with that. So you're forced to jump. You decide you're going to do it. You jump. You're going to leave your snowboard on. Eric, do you have anything to add?
I would definitely leave my snowboard on because I'm kind of thinking you have to break that momentum of falling straight down. And I
just went
think
straight.
it's at an incline where they're dropping. So if he drops with a snowboard, maybe he can get some momentum going the other way and shift his momentum so that he doesn't snap his legs the way he did.
Yeah.
But also, I would have asked Joe to kind of dangle from the seat.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have dangled from him and held on to like his shoes.
Which is kind of how Chick ends up at the end because she had like
Exactly.
it started falling and then it gave her like a little bit more like less of a fall because it was
Yep.
dangling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, that
The
one
security
fell.
line.
That one fell quite a bit
But-
because the cable snapped. But
Not the cable, the safety link.
yeah, the safety link. What was holding the
chair onto the cable.
chair to the cable. So, but that's what I would have done. I would have dangled from him. It's not gonna take off too much. It's gonna take off like 5-6 feet, but that's not nothing.
So I'll tell you
I don't
both.
think jumping's the
one
move.
of the things that's very common in ski resorts, they do not plow underneath the lifts. So if it was that much snow, in the upper northeast, you're talking about a lot of snow. That's probably anywhere from 14 to 22 feet of snow, depending on when they opened the resort. If they're only open on weekends, we could assume that this might have been earlier or later in the season. But judging by the weather, I'm going to say it was earlier. That's not common that they close down like that unless it's for they have regular weather increments. The in between the snow lifts, they never plow underneath. So what you would want to do is you would want to leave your board on. Now, neither of you actually said the reason I was looking for, and I'll tell you what it was.
Can I say what I was gonna say? So he fell straight vertical, right? So parkour rule number 1: if you're jumping off something, you try to roll. I was gonna say that, but I didn't want to cut off Eric. Continue.
Well,
I know what you're going to say, though.
What I was going to say is you leave your board on.
You're going to sink.
No, you leave your board on because it's a flat surface that when you hit that snow, it will distribute the impact. It will still hurt, but because you're landing on an actual flat surface, you're not likely going to roll and break your legs the way he did.
But I didn't say that. You know, I didn't think
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Like in my head, I can visualize the physics of it and how I think it would be the best to do. And so I think I understand what TJ's saying.
So two things that you actually did say this a little bit, TJ, not for the same reason, but you gave the answer that I was looking for. You want to go at an angle because you never want to go straight down like that. What you would rather do is hit the mountain sliding, right? If you're not going to land
dangle
flat,
from the bottom and kind of
swing yourself and go. But if you're going to swing yourself, the reason I'm going to say swing yourself is you swing yourself to land underneath the lifts. You want to be in between the up and the down chairs, and that will be the softest landing because they never plow right there.
Which also
keep
Olympic snowboarders launch themselves and
they jump off of helicopters
and
they jump off of fucking
if you land
helicopters.
Right, you're gonna be okay. Right now it's gonna hurt. So the other thing that we'll get to, I guess we could do this now, is once he broke his legs, that was we know those, anybody who hasn't seen this movie, they were both legs compound fractures below the kneecap. So he was bleeding.
Was it below the kneecap?
Yeah, they were
both legs were below the kneecap.
Okay, yeah.
It was devastating.
Oh.
He couldn't move, and he was trying to even grab that handkerchief that they threw down to him to tie around his legs.
Which is I know you got to do something, but what is that going to do?
And so now, if you're in that situation, something that I understood, but I kind of got mad at is he still could have slid himself when he started going numb. And he did say it a little bit later. He was like, it doesn't hurt so bad anymore. And they were like, no, that's good. He's like, no, it's not good. And you're right. It's not good. But you could have started sliding at that point. I can't feel anything. Now it's time. You got to do something. You did what you could to stop the bleeding, which was not a lot. And I completely agreed with him. Everybody else, keep your jackets on, keep everything on. And I did think that there was a major problem with how he jumped, because when he jumped, you're watching his feet. He jumped straight down. We all saw that. Now, again, he likely would have landed in unpacked snow, which should have been fine, but let's just pretend. Then she grabs her scarf and throws it to him. Did you see how far away she threw it to hit?
Yeah. I assume
why wouldn't she have just dropped it down?
She should have just dropped it, but I was assuming that the wind caught it. That's what it kind of made
no,
me
she threw it.
She overhanded it.
Yeah,
she should have just dropped it. I agree.
And you know that it should have just been dropped because later on,
straight down because there was a whole leg cam as he was.
Yeah, because when they were breaking the ice,
following his
and
knees.
later on when they were banging the ice, it was falling all on his head. So she should have just dropped the scarf, but she threw it.
Worst character in the movie.
She threw.
Yeah, that was pretty bad. So you have two compound fractures. One of the things that I would actually say, well, I'm gonna let you guys answer before I say my thing. You have two compound fractures. You're on the mountain. You're in the snow. What is your best bet? And you have these two idiot friends who are throwing things away from you, making you reach for them. Do you have any plan?
Yeah, my plan is I'm not going to tourniquet my legs. I'm going to hope that I start to bleed out so fast that I pass out and just die peacefully in the snow, because you're not surviving this anymore after that.
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the episode. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah,
Immediately.
I think at that point it's all about comfort. You're not surviving, so I'm just hoping to pass out as soon as possible. I'm hoping that the second I see my legs, I pass out from shock and never wake up again.
No, because like
That's
Okay.
best case scenario.
Are you trying to survive this, TJ?
I would have at least like tried to use my numbness to get to my board to try to slide, but like I'm looking down at my legs and they're poking out where they're not supposed to poke out. So
Right.
I would probably cover myself in snow so that my body is preserved when they find me.
Okay.
If
All right.
if I'm Dan, I'm not trying to survive.
So the thoughts that I had on this are, I don't know what these people do, but I usually wear pants underneath my snowboard gear.
Layers.
And the other thing is, I always have 2 knives on me.
Mm-hmm.
I've never been to a ski resort where they metal detect, because you have so much metal on you anyway. It would be ridiculous. So I would assume I would still have my knives on me. You cut your pants, you make yourself. Now, here's the worst
I
part.
thought you were going to be like, you cut both your legs off, you tourniquet the
No.
nubs.
Well, here's
You
here's
slide
the,
down on the nubs.
here's the worst part.
numbing your legs.
Once you're numb, the only thing you can do is push those bones back inside.
Mm.
And then you have to wrap the wounds, and then you have to try to get yourself
Would it be
out of
better
there.
to like push on the bone itself, or maybe like try to tie yourself to something and use your weight to pull your legs?
I would probably try to use some sort of leverage,
Yeah.
because to try to push, I mean, unless your legs are completely numb and you feel nothing, if you're able to mess around with the bones sticking out of your legs and you don't feel it, then
Theoretically, if
I
it
would
was just
phantom
one
fear
leg, you could
You-
have
yeah.
put your boot into your snowboard and used your other leg to push it down because it's locked in, and that would have been some leverage. But it was both
Which,
legs, so that wouldn't be useful.
Ironically speaking, the most likely reason why he would have compound fractured both legs like that is because of his ski boots, because they
Yeah,
lock
heavy.
your leg your
Yeah.
leg so rigid, your ankle and your foot, that the only place it can move is going to be at the knee.
next, place of least resistance.
So the boots were a problem here, but I think the boots could have been a solution somewhere else.
So now I want to get to the wolves. Do you guys have any knowledge of how to survive wolves?
I
Take out
should.
the alpha, and you gain their
Okay,
trust.
well, first let me give you from all natural wildlife reports, the most common attacks come from 4 categories. It's provoked, it's predatory, it's rabies, or it's aggressive. In that order. So you either provoke a wolf to make it attack a human. They do not attack humans is the point I'm making. It's not common. As I said, in 20 years, there were, I don't think I said this number. In 20 years, there have been 500 wolf attacks, only 26 fatalities. And the most common of the 500, 366 of them were injuries caused by rabid wolves. So this isn't a common thing for a wolf to attack. So this was major plot weaponry that these wolves
Also,
would
you'd think they would stay
attack
away
the
from
guy.
heavily populated areas such as ski
That's
resorts.
number one.
Well-
Number one is they won't come around.
No,
Now,
well, we talked about this earlier, where you were saying that. Well, we both agreed that animal behavior would dictate that they would eventually realize a pattern that the humans come for the weekend and then they're gone throughout the week.
but
you
they
see
would
bears
not
do that.
They would not approach the humans.
Well, so here's the thing: a human who was walking normally. Sure, but an injured human
Even-
who is clearly completely
Even injured
incapacitated.
humans.
Now, I think them going after Joe is weird.
Even children. It's not common for wolves to attack people. In the order I listed, those are the known attacks. Provoked is the most common, the most likely, I should say, not the most common, the most likely. So you have
Wasn't territorial on the list?
no.
Oh, I thought you said that.
Well,
Never mind.
it's like that would be provoked. It's like you came across their feeding ground. They have a fresh kill, and you approach it. They're going to defend themselves. They think that you're coming after their kill. It's also their den with their cubs. If you approach their den with their cubs in it, they will attack.
Yeah, they wouldn't have made it then that.
Those
that
are
close.
defensive. One of the most common searches that I did on wolves in this scenario, this particular movie, is that if these wolves would have been there that fast to unalive Dan and remain nearby, that ski resort would have had problems with wolves killing people.
Yeah, they were hunting them down.
Like that. That's not normal.
Yeah, they were waiting for Joe.
And
Also,
wolves
my
are typically
theory-
afraid of humans.
My theory is that the first wolf, just a lion ass motherfucker. That's just a liar. He was like, "Hey yo, guy," like he growled at him. He's like, "Oh yo, he's kind of being mean to me, So he went back. You heard him howl. He was like, "Hey yo, bro, attack me," and then he started limping. And then they all came. They're like, "Hey, they had to come." And
shit!
he got the whole squad.
No,
They're like,
I
oh yeah,
believe
the
that.
people up there too did it too. And it's crazy.
I believe that. You know why? Because we have a dog who, when she comes to board, every time she goes home, the owner always goes, "Hey, was she limping on her last day?" And we were like, "No, we loaded her up and everything. We didn't notice a limp at all. Like maybe she stepped off of the van weird." And the owner's like, "No, she does this sometimes, actually. It's probably like oh no, I'm hurt. Don't leave me again kind of thing."
So
yes, dogs do this.
That would be even more rare because that would be a wolf. Now, I will tell you, the wolves that you want to be afraid of are wolves that are not afraid of humans, right? So
Because they're either sick or
so let's get around the plot weaponry.
just brave.
Well, yeah, wolves that are sick are very common. Wolves that are wolves that are sick that attack humans are one of the top 4 most common. That includes rabies, but the most common being provoked also includes that if the wolf is injured. So if the wolf is injured, and the proper way to ward off a wolf who seems to be aggressive, do you know what it is? Do you guys want to give me a shot?
I mean, I don't know if it's the right answer, but my thought, if I was Dan, I would have been loud and big, kind of similar to like a bear.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be the bigger animal so that it goes, too much work. I don't want to deal with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what's that one Liam Neeson movie where they marketed it like, oh yeah, he's gonna be beefing with the wolves the entire movie, and then it was only at the end.
Gray.
Yeah, Gray. I would turn into Liam Neeson at the end of that movie, and I would just go. I'd be like, yeah, I'd pull out my femur, sharpen it on a rock.
Damn, that's metal.
So
That's metal as fuck.
okay, so both of those things are actually accurate. You want to be as big as you can be, and you want to be as loud as you can be, and you want to wave your arms around.
Yeah.
And now Dan
And pull out
is
your
screwed,
fingers.
okay? But Dan is screwed because he's immobile. But if you're able to move about, you want to, be standing up. Do not turn your back on a wolf ever. You may want to try to, I want to say this very carefully. You want to make some movements as if you're going to charge it, but you need to be very careful because you could provoke an attack if that wolf is protecting something.
This
But
is
if it's
where-
just an aggressive wolf that's coming at you, so one of the recommendations is you back away. Make your hands big, you're waving them, you're making a lot of noise, you're clapping your hands, and you're backing away slowly. You keep your eyes on the wolf.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say
if
maintain
it's still
eye
following you,
because I think that's like a thing with dogs is that
yep.
first to back down
So,
is
so
They know
here's-
that you're watching
So
them.
here's the thing with what you're saying. With the making movements, kind of like lunging at them, you want to do that when they're coming
Well,
at
hold
you,
on.
when
That's
they're
where
walking
I was
towards
saying
you.
back away and they keep following you. That's when
Yeah.
you want to do like a
You're telling them
like
back
a lunge.
off.
Yeah.
It's similar to what a dog will do to another dog. A dog who's trying to walk away from a situation, if another dog keeps pressing them, they're gonna lunge. They're gonna
Yep.
try to warn them first, and before they go full aggro.
Right.
But don't do that to a dog who's already walking away from you.
Right.
Because
No.
now you're provoking.
You could provoke
What
the
they
attack.
do-
Now
what
you're
they do
cornering a dog.
is, he had full access to his arms. So what he
Mm-hmm.
really could have done is like while the dog's biting him or the wolf or whatever, shove your finger in its butt. It'll stop.
Yep.
Immediately.
There's that. Another one that they tell you to do is shove your whole fist down its throat.
Hard to bite.
That if it can't if it can't breathe, it's not
Grab
going to
its
bite.
lung.
So
You're saying the most metal things this episode.
the
I always keep an extra femur on me.
the one. Well, remember though. Remember, didn't he have? No, they didn't throw him the. They didn't throw him the ski pole.
No.
No, they were okay. That's another thing I wanted to bring up.
They should have thrown
should
him
have,
the ski
yeah.
pole.
When the snow started coming down like hard, why didn't they pull up their hoods? Why didn't he
Yeah,
put
exactly.
his mask on?
Yep.
Zip up his thing all the way?
He had his
Oh,
fucking
Yep.
goggles.
It's like needles. Yeah, block yourself. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
He
And
had
then
his
they threw-
goggles and he didn't put them on at all.
Yep.
Like that would have helped. And then they're just wasting.
So before we get to Joe, we're about to get back to Joe. So just for the listeners, reading from A to Z animals.com, how common are wolf attacks? Wolf attacks are rare. There have been less than 500 wolf attacks over the last 20 years. 4 different type of wolf attacks. There are 4 different types. There's provoked, predatory, rabid, and aggressive. A provoked attack is a wolf acting in defense. Predatory attacks happen when a wolf attacks humans as food. And this usually only happens with sick wolves, so they're not capable of fending for themselves in a normal setting, right? Taking down moose, taking down larger prey. And then rabid wolves are one of the most common offenders, but they're less fatal, if you will. They haven't had so much success in, I guess they don't want to kill. They're more so attacking from the sickness. And then the aggressive are usually walking too close to their den, and they get a little. The animal gets aggressive.
See, the most normal wolf behavior I saw in this whole movie was when even this was kind of like, I feel like she still got too close. But when she pulled up on Joe's body and the wolf was kind of just growling at her and then was like, all right, you're not trying to steal my food, and then went back. That is kind of the most normal, because if they already got their kill, they're not just hunting for sport. But I think she pulled up too close. I think they definitely would have gone at her for getting that close.
I'll also say this, another thing that was plot weaponry, and this, they actually did this okay. Let's just wait for the maintenance to come tomorrow. They're closed until Friday. You really think that they're going to come tomorrow? Well, actually, yes. Resorts that are closed for more days than they're open usually take every single day that they have to maintain the grounds.
I kind of figured something like that
There
would happen.
would have been people up there doing stuff. So they most likely would have been driving the snowcats all up and down the mountains.
It would have just been surviving that first night.
That would have been it. And let me see. There was something kind of funny that I read here that I wanted to read to you guys. Was there was a wolf that runs across the grounds when it was coming after Joe. It had a leash on.
Well,
One of the wolves had a leash on.
Yeah, okay. So I noticed when the wolves were devouring Dan that it literally just looked like if I went and sat down in one of the yards at work, it would look the exact same.
Yeah.
The dogs were like sniffing him, licking him. There was one dog that was trained to like bite at his sleeve and pull at him.
Yeah.
But all the other dogs were just like chilling, walking around him. And then it cuts to a scene with him with like ketchup all in his mouth, and he's like, and then it cuts to the dog just like.
So one of the thing that's pretty cool was these were real wolves. Josh has been saying that in the chat.
Were they real?
But I read
wolves?
it on
I was
here.
just about
Yeah,
to say, are they?
Yeah, they are real wolves. One of the IMDb trivia posts, Kevin Zegers did the scene with the wolves starting to swarm around him just before the actual attack without a stunt double. When one of the wolves got too close for comfort, the trainers had to pull the wolves away. The filming had to stop. In the film, you can see a few frames of the black wolf walking right up to Kevin Zegers' face as Kevin tries to look away for help from the crew.
Ooh.
Isn't that wild?
That's crazy. Wild. Yeah, I honestly, that's very surprising that they would even let them use real wolves. I think you would just use a bunch of shepherds who kind of look like wolves, look close enough, or CGI it. But
I thought they would be like not real, like full-blooded wolves. You know.
So now,
because there's wolf mixes.
Another funny one that they did was in the scene where when the wolf takes down Joe, it's a border collie in that shot.
That's funny.
So they use some trickery. What's sad is the German Shepherd that was trained to do the stunt mysteriously died 2 nights before the scene was shot.
Aww.
Doesn't that suck? So what I wanted to get to real quick here, we're taking up some time, but this is a good episode. We're back up on the chairlift. Dan is expired. And when you climb up onto the lift cable, one of the things that I've been reading is those cables are kept smooth. They are not jagged, they're not razor sharp, and there's no reason for them to be razor sharp. And actually, if they were razor sharp, from everything that I've read, it would have been replaced, because if it's razor sharp, that shows that the outer cable is fraying.
Yeah.
And if the outer cable is fraying, that's very, very dangerous.
It's going to start fraying faster and faster.
So what they do is the inner cable is the strength, the outer cable is the elasticity, and the outer cable will stretch and it's coated. So they could have gone a different route in this one and said that because of the coating and the
all
ice, it would have been extremely slippery and hard to grip.
Yeah.
So I have a solution for both
I also have a
situations,
solution,
either
but it's
smooth.
probably Eric's solution.
Okay, Eric, go.
Okay, so you try it with your hands, it didn't work. You barely got back in time. Your hands are all cut up from the wire, right? My thought was take off one of your boots, your left boot, put your left hand inside your left boot, and stick that on the cable.
That's actually a very smart idea. I did not think of that.
Grab your right hand, put it on top of the boot, zip line your way down. Now, here's where it gets risky. I don't know how steep that cable is, and if you're going to get too much momentum and smack into that
I would
that
rather
other
get
chair.
too much momentum than not enough. Imagine you get stuck halfway.
But even then, you can still hold on with the boot and use your other hand to slide yourself forward without destroying both of your hands.
Yeah.
I think he could have utilized his boot there because
Depending
those
on how
boots
far.
are solid.
Yeah, they're strong.
So that was my thought. It's a little less weight hanging because he was saying his boots were so heavy.
Yeah.
And they were dragging him down.
That's
So,
not bad.
My idea was
That took me like 5 minutes of the movie just sitting there thinking, like, if you can't do your hands, how else would you do it? I was hard. The gears were turning. The smoke was coming out.
depending on how, like, what material it's made out of, either the skis or the ski poles.
I thought those two. Yes.
I don't think one would be good, but I think two would be enough to, like, if they're like metal or like carbon fiber or something, you know, I think that would be enough to hold your weight and you'd be able to slide. I did look up like what the poles are made out of, and they can be made out of like aluminum or like carbon fiber or fucking bamboo, but you know, it's not bamboo. But that or the skis
I thought that too.
themselves.
Yeah.
Skis are pretty, you know, thick and substantial. You stack them on top of each other, grip, freaking slide.
They're meant
you know?
they're meant to bend a bit.
Yeah.
The thing with that situation is you don't want to grab far apart because I think that'll put too much pressure on the
Yep.
on the center. You want to grab close
Like,
close to the center.
Zip line, you know, like back
Yeah,
zip line,
essentially
two
the
hands,
same
just-
idea, but yeah, I did consider that. But by the time he was doing that, I think he'd already thrown everything down, trying to signal
Get
the snowcat.
get the snowcat's
which-
attention.
No, like the
I wouldn't have done that. I would have
as
kept my shit
soon
on.
as it was rolling up, I would have started throwing things.
Exactly.
Not
That
like
when he's
waited.
coming that way.
That's
Yeah.
why it's so Final Destination. It's because like just so happened like dude wasn't looking, and then he just turns
Yeah.
his whole and just drives away.
Right. Which, by the way, that was another fucking ridiculous thing. Snowcats don't go backwards down a mountain.
Also, it didn't
They
look like
will-
he had a back window.
They will turn around.
He did eventually turn around, but I don't know why he went back to begin with.
What you would have seen him do, because where they were at was more of like a flattened area. So he would have driven through. And again, the fact that he came up on their left where there was no slaloms, there was no what do you call it? That wasn't a part of the run.
Yeah.
On the left wasn't a part of that was the woods, right? On the right was the run. That's where the snowcat would have been coming up. So it was a little absurd that he would have come up so close to them. Where
Well, he said he was cutting through the woods to get to.
oh, did he?
Yeah,
I didn't hear him.
because they called him on the radio and they were like, "Where are you at?" And he was like, "I'm cutting through the woods to get so and so." And they're like, "No, he already got back down here. Get your ass over here so we can all leave." And he was like, "Ah, all right." And that's when he started backing up. They threw something and it hit the truck or the snowcat. He looked and he was like, "Ah, never mind," and started going back. Which I don't know how he didn't see all the gear that was just laying
Yeah.
on the ground in front of him.
Yeah,
but
that they had thrown down.
oblivious
I also, I
fucking
guess he just
NPC
wasn't looking for it. Like, I could understand, like, if you do that job all the time, you don't really imagine that one day you're going to see gear on the ground, so you don't really look for it. But
Okay, so we're with Joe. We've gotten off onto the tower, which I thought was a great idea.
Yeah.
You get to that tower, you climb down, it has ladders. Brilliant. Here was a part that bothered me. He gets the snowboard, and what did he do? Sit down on it?
he doesn't know how to snowboard. They
skiing.
mentioned that. They mentioned that in the beginning where Dan said, like, when are you going to get off of those things and get on one of these? He doesn't know how to snowboard. So that's why he sat on it.
Okay.
I mean,
but, like,
it would have
dude,
been more worth it for him to have gone up and gotten his skis. Like, I
Yeah.
understood the principle. The wolves are coming after him, but as soon as he got that ski pole, now he has a weapon. And you make yourself big. Once again, I'm just going to repeat. You make yourself big. You flail the ski pole at him, and you
we're assuming, didn't they threw one of the ski poles to the first dude? Did he
Yeah.
get dragged away with it?
No, he didn't. But here's the thing.
Wait, they did? They threw one of the ski poles
They-
down to
they
him?
Stabbed
threw-
it,
they-
remember?
So
Or
that's
no,
the
was
part that bothered me.
No,
Why didn't he
stop.
keep fighting?
Wait. Joe stabbed the wolf. She went to throw one of the ski poles, she went to, I think, one of the ski poles in the beginning to Dan, and she threw it like way far away from him, and he couldn't go get it because he had broken legs. So Dan never had a weapon to defend himself. Joe did when he got down from the tower.
Okay.
So Joe had a weapon. He should have found his skis, but here's why I think he wouldn't have been able to find his skis is because I think he did throw his skis down to try and signal the Hellcat.
Yeah.
And overnight, it had snowed so
Not
much
Hellcat,
that
Snowcat.
a snowcat that there's a Hellcat just going through in the snow.
Hellcat's a little different.
No, the snowcat. But it had snowed so much that night that it covered Dan's body. So I think the skis would have been buried in the snow.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a little much. Because with that much snow, if it could cover a body, at that point, again, you're talking about they really could have jumped. They would have landed in fucking powder.
Oh,
it
yeah.
would have been like landing on a pillow.
After the first night, they should have jumped onto Dan's body. They also would have had Dan's body to break their fall, which is a little morbid, but
It wouldn't have been a lot of meat left if it was a pack of wolves.
no, but
They
I
would
mean,
have
like,
devoured most of it.
it's something and you're already landing in a bunch of powdered snow.
I think the powdered snow part is for me. Okay, so Joe gets down. He has that ski pole. Number one, how are you going to let them get? Because he could still stand up. I understand that he's sliding down on the snowboard, but if they're gaining on you at any point, you can stand up and swing at them, hit them, poke them, stab them, do anything that you can to let them know that you're not to be messed with. But okay, now we get past Joe getting devoured. We'll just say that he was a weakling. When Parker came down, let me ask you guys if you would have done anything different there
Rolled
with
away
Joe.
when it came fucking tumbling at me. she just kind of laid there, you know.
No, let me go
no,
back. Let me go
yeah.
back to Joe real quick. Would you have done anything different to survive that?
So
You
I
have
mean,
wolves
can't-
chasing you.
You can't snowboard, so you have to butt scoot. But I just thought of something funny. What if you just like ran up, grabbed the other snowboard, attached both snowboards to each like foot, and it's just like mega skis.
That would be so ridiculous.
Now that would have been a
I
movie.
think
That'd have
I
been
would
cinema.
have tried to use the snowboard as some sort of shield in the, what's it called? The ski pole as
Yeah.
a weapon. I would have hold it up and just try to fend them off. They come bite me,
Yeah,
hit
okay.
them with the snowboard, stab them. It's the best
Yeah.
you can do because he knew that the wolves were down there. They seen him as he was,
And they're chasing him.
Yeah, so what are you going to do except fight back? It's a pretty long distance down to the bottom.
Okay. All right. What do you think, Eric?
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think there was anything Joe could do once it was a pack of wolves. It wasn't one. There's nothing you're gonna do if a pack of wolves decides that you're its next meal. In that situation, I don't think there's anything you could do.
So I only have theory. I've never had to face a pack of wolves. Your best bet, theoretically, is you attack the weakest link.
Yeah.
And what you want to do is you want to kill it. You can't stop. So this is not a mercy. You don't show mercy. in this
No,
regard.
because if you kill
You
one,
be-
they're gonna be like, "Ooh, fuck
It's
that."
not worth it. That's what you want. You want a wild animal to look at you and say, "Nope, not worth it. We're gonna spend more energy trying to get this guy down than we will. Let's just go get a moose."
Same thing with like big cats or something.
Same
like
thing
that.
with big cats.
They want to just stalk their prey and get an easy kill. They don't want to.
They want to catch you
They don't
by
wanna fight
surprise.
for it.
If you see them coming at you and you're able to take a defensive posture, it just may not be worth it for them. So that's, and I think that using some of these techniques, Joe could have had a better fighting chance, which is maintain eye contact with what you would try to presume is the alpha and scream at it, holler at it, wave the pole, stab at it, and make them kind of think twice and back away, keep backing away. Will that be the longest movement ever? Absolutely. It will take you forever to get back to your car. You're going to, by the way, I didn't even think of this until right this minute. How do those lifties not know that there's still a car in their parking lot?
So that's what was confusing. They
assuming
they
that
showed
there's,
us the
like, a
car at the
resort.
end. They showed us the car at the end, and then the car that she got into, the guy was saying, "I checked, there was no cars at the resort."
Oh, interesting. Okay.
But literally the scene before, they
was
showed
the-
their car buried in the snow.
Because she had no keys.
Yeah.
One of the two guys had the keys. Okay. Well, so there's some plot holes here. But anyway, so now you go back to Parker. I think you're right. TJ, I like your response. You do something. You see how when the chair fell off of the cable, my immediate thought was, jump, lady, jump. She's still holding on, right? Holding on for dear life, but she's so much lower. And it was clearly indicated when she finally did fall.
Yeah.
She fell like 5 feet,
Yeah,
right?
now-
Hit the ground.
Compared to them,
personally,
yeah.
I don't think, like, if it started like, I'm like, oh, this is gonna fall. I don't think I would get like and start dangling from it, you know? Like I would
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
I would
yeah.
lay on like cuz it's like padded, you
Yep,
know? So
lay
I treat it kinda
down.
like an elevator. You're supposed to lay down in the
Yep.
elevator if it's going down.
Yep.
So I would have
No, but here's the thing: like
But
that,
that would-
doesn't actually save you.
No, but it would distribute the mass
What?
of like
Yeah,
you know,
that's what it's supposed to do.
yeah.
You lay down on an elevator floor, it's supposed to distribute the
shock.
impact.
Yeah.
So it's not
That-
on your ankles or
When
your
I was
feet.
a kid, I thought you were just supposed to jump. If I jumped,
I thought the same thing.
right before the bottom, you know.
You
'Cause
just
it's
count.
falling. I'm not falling, of course.
Right. Right. You just jump right before the end and then you'll just land safely.
Do you also believe that the Earth is flat? With that logic?
I said when I was
I probably
a kid,
did when I
okay?
was 6.
But hear me out. If you did,
No, I
if you
believe it
could
too.
theoretically jump hard enough, it could work.
Well,
You would have to
because I
jump
always
as hard as you were falling. But I don't,
Well,
that's
yeah,
not
you would-
possible. But you could. do
no.
it if
You
were
would have
superhuman.
to. You would have to
Captain America
jump
can do it.
with. You would have to jump with a force greater than gravity.
Oh no.
Not but
Completely
not gravity.
understand.
Terminal velocity.
What is it?
Inertia.
That, yeah, terminal velocity. You would have to jump.
No,
with
I
more force than that.
completely understand the logic of it. But as a 6-year-old, I totally believed
Oh
you
no,
could do it.
I believed it way longer than 6.
Yeah, no.
That's just when I remembered it, because I remember going to a Christmas party at my dad's work. He worked at the Bonaventure Hotel, which has all glass elevators, and I was so terrified going in those elevators. I felt like I was going to fall out of it. Like, it's fully enclosed, but I felt like I was going to fall out of it because it's completely glass. And I laid down on the floor, and I remember thinking, like, if it falls, I'm going to have to get up and jump before it hits the ground.
Yeah, when I was another funny kid story. Kids say the darndest things. When I was
The
a kid, I
darndest.
attributed the word skyscraper to the wrong thing. So you know the planes, how they make like the chemtrails right through the sky.
Yes.
It's like they're scraping the skyscraper.
Oh.
Mm.
So I was like, hey, look at that
Skyscraper.
skyscraper. My friend's like, fucking, that's a plane, idiot. I'm like, what? No, it's scraping the
That's
sky.
a plane.
Well, what's a skyscraper then?
It's a building. Why is it called a building if it's already built? Anyways.
Whoa, whoa, yo,
So,
that's so true.
why do you
Did that hit you?
why do you park on a driveway and drive on a parkway?
Crazy. Did you know that the word skyscraper came from the top of the masts of ships? 'Cause it was the highest
Nice.
point.
Why are deliveries sent by ship cargo and delivery sent by car shipment.
Doesn't make any sense.
We really like to do opposite shit, like Greenland and Iceland.
Oh my god, that's so annoying.
That one at least. No. That one makes sense.
That one is hilarious. The reason they did it.
That was to ward off Vikings.
It was literally so. It was like, nah, you don't want to come here.
You don't want to come here.
It's nothing
Iceland.
but ice. It sucks here, man.
Now Greenland, on the other hand,
Then the
boy, do you
Vikings
want to
go
go
and they're
check
like-
out Greenland?
Then the Vikings get there and like, fuck,
Yeah.
we got bamboozled again.
We gotta turn around.
Turn around. Let's go back to that Iceland place.
Why
Mess
would
those
they
people
call
up.
this place Greenland? There's no green.
So we've covered all of it. I will say, let me just in recap. You ever find yourself in a ski resort? Number one, you never go anywhere out in the wild without being prepared. You're
No.
in bear country, carry bear spray.
Also, why night ski?
Well,
Like,
I don't have a problem with night skiing. I love night skiing.
I don't know. That doesn't seem like a great idea. I mean, if the park is open, but if it's not a place that does night skiing normally, why would you want to be out there at night? Because they're
Well,
not prepared for that.
Okay, here's another thing about it is you always want to understand that there's reasons people do things. They were shutting down the lifts for a
weather.
particular reason.
It was for weather.
And it's just not that wise to be like, no, come on. This is so much more important than my safety.
Yeah.
You know, it's, hey, maybe let the people who do this every day tell you, like, hey, maybe you don't want to go up there because this weather's coming in. We're cutting it early. We're calling it. We do this all the time. Hey, maybe they're ripping you off of $15, but that was the thing that pissed me off about these guys. I would have understood this better if they would have gone and bought all of the tickets,
Yeah.
because that would have been about $80 a ticket.
They got a major discount.
Yeah,
And they're
paid
acting
$100
like
and then they're
like
complaining
they
about it.
Earned something, or that they deserve something.
Not to mention they paid $100 for 3 of them. And then they go and spend however much time sitting in the freaking cafeteria. This is all your fault.
Yeah.
True.
All 3 of you. You're stupid. Why are you doing this? You go and you force your way on there. So, number one, pay attention to the weather. It's not like you're ever really surprised by the weather when you're going skiing. You look what's going to happen. There's weather expected, so let's go early or whatever the case, right? Then when you're on the freaking lift, it's not likely that you're ever going to get left behind. They have safety measures, so don't think that this is going to happen to you. If it does, and you do have to jump off of a lift, maybe you want to try doing something a little different than they did. Aim for between the lifts where it's not packed down, and leave your snowboard or your snowboard on.
There's also a lot
So that you don't break your
lifts
knees.
nowadays that don't even lift you into the air. They just kind of drag you up the mountain. You'll just be
Well,
on your
there's,
skis or snowboard, and
Most of ours in California lift you.
Yeah, still airlift.
You go way up. But
I used to think like I could totally jump off of that, but no, those are a little higher than you think they are.
they're way higher than you think they are. But with enough snow, I mean, the reason why they're so high is because in many of those places, like if you go up to
Yeah.
Lake Tahoe, Heavenly, they
It won't
get
be so
so
high.
much snow that it's not that high.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, you could see at the beginning of the season, it's like a 20-foot drop. In the middle of the season, it's like an 8-foot drop. It can be a very big difference. Now you have the other part is wolves don't typically attack people. If you have aggressive wolves, there are methods and tactics you can use to defend yourself. You want to try to back away from them, keeping eye contact, making a lot of noise, clapping your hands, getting anything you have that you can put between you and the wolf so that they can't attack you, like a ski pole, the snowboard, skis, anything.
femur.
Use anything. A femur. Pull your own femur out, or in his case, his fibia and tibia.
Metal.
and then no ski lift cables are not razor sharp. They're very rounded, smooth, and coated. That's for your safety so that they don't shred you up if something goes wrong. And last but not least, don't go out into the woods unprepared.
Well, I actually have one more.
What?
If you lose a glove in a situation like this,
Don't put your hand on metal.
don't put your hand on metal.
oh my god,
Why
the-
is it
the
not in your
bacon she
jacket?
left on the fucking bar is crazy.
Yeah. Why are you not keeping your hand in your jacket coat overnight? Like my hand would be
She did
freezing.
after that.
My hands would be freezing. They would
Oh,
immediately
absolutely.
be in there. They
absolutely.
would never
You know where
leave my
hands would
coat.
be?
In my pants.
Right in my pants. That's
Yep.
like the warmest spot,
True.
dude. I
In
would
between
keep
my
right in my
legs.
pants, between my thighs, just tucked.
Yep.
I don't know. So when I noticed that her hand was stuck to the metal, I thought of this video I saw of a bird that had its feet stuck to a railing, and a human came up and cupped their hands around it and started breathing some hot air on it. And over time, over like a minute or two, it was warm enough that the bird was able to fly away. So I was thinking, like, I wouldn't have just peeled my hand off. I don't know if it really would have helped all that much.
It would have helped. And she could have been smart and woken up Joe.
Yeah, and been like, help me.
Joe,
what should I do?
That was my thought.
Been like, bro, you know what? It would have worked.
Yeah.
And also,
it
my
would have
other
worked.
thought is just before that, she peed her pants, and I was like,
yep.
Wouldn't her butt get frozen to the...
Frozen.
Yeah. I was going to say it would be so warm and nice at first, that's going to get so cold.
She was lucky that it was during the day, though.
Yeah.
There was a chance that it could have dried. But any final thoughts on Frozen from 2010?
It's my nightmare.
Remember, guys, keep an extra femur on you. It might just save your life.
Why not just keep a knife?
The
femur is more
break 'em
metal.
Off, keep using them. If you break a knife, all you got is slashing damage.
You know what, guys? Don't keep a femur on you. Keep a telescopic baton.
Oh, yeah, better yet, I've been playing Watch Dogs 2. The main weapon you use, your melee weapon, is just like a big steel, probably like a fist-sized steel ball, or like kind of like I would say maybe like a billiard ball size, just on a rope.
That's like a mace,
like a meteor hammer. Like
what is that?
A flail.
A flail.
Yeah,
like
keep
the
that
mace
on
is on a stick.
Mm-hmm.
And Eric, your final thoughts are: this is your nightmare.
This is my nightmare. I don't like cold. I really dislike the cold. I get freezing here in Southern California where it doesn't drop below 40 almost ever. So, yeah, I'm not built for that kind of weather.
I agree. So, with that, guys, make sure you check us out on all of our socials: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. You can find us at Will You Survive the Podcast. We do have a YouTube account, guys. Go check us out. You can either search Will You Survive the Podcast or type at the boys at WYS. It's the at symbol, the boys at WYS. And let's see, what else? I think our email, where we accept your recommendations on movies you want us to cover, topics you want us to talk about, you can send that to theboys at willyousurvivethepodcast.com, THEBOYS at willyousurvivethepodcast.com. And with that, I guess I need to announce a winner.
Survive Gaming.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
WYS_gaming. You can also check
I've been
me
slacking.
out in particular at _Gemini_. And I can go live now.
Yes, you can go live. And we recently went live and played. We recently played Ready or Not, and that was pretty fun. We were a duo SWAT team.
I know you guys had a lot of our viewers over on your channel.
What?
Well, they came later to mine, and they were like, "Oh, we were watching the gaming."
They told you?
Never.
Yes, they told me.
What? Yeah, we
know.
did that. Sorry.
Yeah, we
You
yoinked
fuckers
them.
picking
And
up on.
guess what?
We yoinked them.
I got $5 from it.
Why you got to go live on my night?
You know, I didn't even think about it. He was just like, "You want to go live?" And I was like, "Yeah, hell yeah." So it's his fault.
Dicks.
Yeah, he should lose because of that.
Okay.
You know,
No.
minus 10 points.
Okay.
Okay, but yeah, go follow Will You Survive Gaming. I've been slacking a little bit. I apologize, but I'm getting
Eric
back to
agreed
it.
go live,
In my
too. It
defense,
wasn't just me.
in my defense, I just started school, so I'm working on a new schedule. But
Just so you
I'll
guys
get
know,
back on top
too,
of it.
if you search at Will You Survive Gaming, all one word, it also shows up.
Yes.
That's what I put on all of the
It
all
is
of the
a weird
TikTok
picture
and
of Eric
Instagram.
Is the profile icon if you need it.
Show it.
I have to go through. Hold on.
Is it? Oh, it's not. It's not Neckrick.
It's
Okay.
not
All
Neckrick.
right.
No,
Sorry.
it's not
sorry.
Neckrick.
Sorry. Oh no, I know which one it is.
It's not
Also,
Netflix.
for those who are in the live right now, Josh posted our Discord link.
Discord.
So join our Discord if you would like.
There you can chat with us. We have for subscribers for only $2.99 a month. We have our what do you call that stuff? Selective content. Exclusive. That's it. Exclusive
Selective
content.
content.
Sorry, guys. I'm really enjoying my my adult apple juice here. It's good stuff. I changed it up today. This is like really good. No.
TJ's 5.
Mine is adult.
Okay, but
I switched it up. I was going hard on.
Have vitamin C.
No,
exactly.
Doesn't have any vitamins.
Vitamin see you later.
Plus 5 points. That was good.
Okay,
Killing it.
This is rigged.
I'm fucking killing it.
That was good. I like that.
You know
Okay.
what? I think he forgot to give us points throughout the episode, so he's just
giving all the points right now.
I didn't forget to give you points. I asked you guys for all of your recommendations, what you would do in every one of those scenarios.
That's true. We can't if we're going to accuse anybody.
Prepared for every episode he does.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. If we're going to accuse anybody of doing anything haphazardly, it's going to be one of us.
Well, no, because I have the green book, so it's really down to you, brother.
It's going to be me.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you do have the green book.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. When I decide a winner, it is in that moment. I'm not thinking about it the entire episode until the end, and then one of you are like, so who won? And I'm like, oh, yeah.
Oh, shit. Now,
I'm just enjoying the vibes.
I'm telling you, these last points, I think, have affected the outcome here.
Oh, that seems good to me.
Because I first, on the handshake deal, gave TJ 10 points. But then he goes live on my night and tries to tell my subscribers to not tell me.
Shame.
I didn't say that.
Shame.
When I got off the live, I was like, all right, everybody go over to the, will you survive right now?
Shame.
Because I'm sure he's missing you,
I doubt that's true.
You're just mad because I'm Josh's favorite.
Josh, tell me the truth.
I'm Josh's favorite.
Josh, did he tell you to come over to my live? This is your time to shine, Josh. There's no wrong answers. I will not be mad at you.
Just at TJ.
Just at TJ. This is who's gonna win this episode.
Imagine he's
it's
just
in your hands, right, Josh. I know, right?
Ooh, Josh added context.
He has to get out. He has to get out and say his live was better.
I didn't say that.
So Josh just added context to the situation.
And to say his live was better?
Wow.
That's another 5 points.
That is not what happened.
Your Honor, I would never.
I know.
I would never.
I pull up the freaking stream bot right now.
Your Honor, I literally can't. I don't even have enough followers.
I know. This is all on TJ.
You actually do have enough followers because I don't have enough followers to go live, actually.
No. I think it's actually a glitch after they brought it back. I don't think a lot of the people who are able to go live, I don't think they're supposed to be able to, according to TikTok's rules.
I'm going to start taking advantage of that then.
Try it. You got to try it because I'm seeing there's a lot of people.
Press the plus at the bottom, and then at the bottom, if you see live,
yeah,
probably go live.
All right. With all of these latest, let's see here. Who are we giving the episode to? This is close, you guys. You guys always pull out these little squeakers. Eric won.
Let's go!
And now, just for your information, TJ, although I'm being absolutely honest, Eric did actually get more points after the end here, but I'm kind of punishing him.
Me?
Yeah.
4?
Because you have to do the next episode.
Oh, I have an idea already.
Movie, and it's gonna be a whole thing.
Nah, we didn't even gotta watch a movie, guys.
What did you think? Was this a okay movie or was it complete
I thought it was
garbage?
Okay. I liked it.
I mean, I like the movie. You know what we haven't done?
Any of the remakes or any of the
podcast? Yeah.
That's true.
Oh my God. Okay.
Thank you for listening.
All right. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Thank you, all of you chatters, for staying engaged with us and throwing your comments out there. Especially you, Josh, subscriber number 1. And,
you know what, Josh? I'm going to say it.
Avoid the mountains. Don't get caught on a ski lift after hours. And don't try to fight wolves with 2 broken legs.
True.
And stay alive.
Except